Hi, I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to continue with my series entitled Rhythm Exercises. In this series we study blues guitar rhythmic phrasing. First, I'll perform rhythm exercise in the key of C, number 1, and then I'll break it down for you. Here we go. I hope you enjoy it. In this exercise, I've divided a 12-bar blues into 6 2-bar phrases. Each 2-bar phrase will use the exact same rhythm. The rhythm is triplet 2 and 3 and triplet 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. During the triplet 2 and 3 and triplet 1 section of the 2-bar phrase, we will be playing lead guitar. In the second bar, we will go to rhythm guitar accompaniment. This is based on the Chuck Berry or Jimmy Reed pattern that normally sounds like this. But for our purposes, we've dropped the first 8th note of that pattern to accommodate where the lead guitar has gone into bar 2. So we will play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and triplet 2 and 3 and triplet 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So each phrase will sound like that, and there are 6. Now that we've looked at the rhythm for this study, let's go ahead and talk about the scale. This exercise uses the C blues scale. The blues scale is the same as the minor pentatonic with the addition of the blue note. Here is the scale in C at the 8th fret. Now, let's go on to phrase 1. Triplet 2 and 3 and triplet 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're in the blues scale here. We're starting on the high E string 11th fret and we're giving this about a half bend. Then we're going to roll our index finger across strings 1 and 2. So that's our first triplet. Then we have 2 and, so we have a whole bend here on the B string 11th fret to the root here at the 8th fret, and then we're going to do that again for beat 3 and. And then our last triplet is the same as the first triplet. And we're going to end on this note. And it's not exactly an E flat, and it's not exactly an E natural, it's kind of in between. So this is kind of what I would term as a blues third. It's not the flatted third of the chord, and it's not the major third, it's in between. So after we finish the lead guitar lick, we'll go into the rhythm guitar accompaniment pattern. On to phrase 2. Triplet 2 and 3 and triplet 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Our first triplet, we bend the 3rd string, then roll our index across the 2nd and 1st string at the 8th fret. Beat 2 and is a bend, and then we play the note not bent, so that's 10th fret. Here's beat 3 and, so we have the 8th fret and then the 10th fret. And then we, for the last triplet, do a double stop, and we're going to slide into that and then play the note on the 11th fret B string. And this happens to be the 7th of our C7 chord. So we're ending our phrase on a chord tone, the chord tone of C7. On to phrase 3. Triplet 2 and 3 and triplet 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So at this point in the progression, we're playing over the F7, which is our 4 chord. We're going to start out with this triplet with the finger roll, 10th fret on the 3rd string, to the 4th string, and then we're at the 8th fret, 3rd string, and then we bend for beat 2 and so 2 and then we do this bend again. So that's 3 and then we finish out with the same triplet that we started with. And we end on F, that is the root of our chord. And then we go to the F accompaniment pattern here, now moving our pattern 1 string toward the floor because we're on F. Let's go on to phrase 4. Triplet 2 and 3 and triplet 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So we're going to start out in this area of the blues scale. We have the blue note here. That's our first triplet. So, and then here is 2 and 3 and then we're going to incorporate the blue note again for the last triplet. We're starting on the blue note here at the 11th fret, right down the scale, ending on the root C, and back to our C accompaniment pattern. Here's phrase 5. So in phrase 5, we are on the 5 chord, and this is around the G7 chord. We're going to start out with our first triplet, which is a bend on the 3rd string, and then we play the 2nd string twice at the 8th fret, and then we play 10-8 for 2 and 10-8 for 3 and we end with the same triplet we began with, which is the bend to the 8ths on the 2nd string, and then we end our lead guitar phrase on the F natural. Now this F is the 7 of the G7 chord, and then we come over for our accompaniment pattern at the 10th fret here. Let's hear it all together. Triplet 2 and 3 and triplet 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Here's the last phrase. Triplet 2 and 3 and triplet 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So our first triplet starts here at the 2nd string, 8th fret, and we're going to come right down the blues scale. On 2 and we're going to have a little quarter-ish bend, and then go to the root C on the 4th string, and we're going to repeat that for beat 3 and then our last triplet will use the blue note as well, so we're going to go chromatically from the 10th fret down to the 8th fret, and then end our lead guitar phrase on the 3rd of C, and it's not exactly the minor 3rd or the major 3rd, it's that kind of note that's in between, so you got a little bit of a bend there. And then we're to our accompaniment pattern. That's it for rhythm exercise in the key of C number 1. I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music, and I hope to see you back on my channel soon.